What is up, my dogs? It's your boy, Mike Mason, here for a very special fireside chat. We have a great panel with us tonight. We have an amazing demo from Blitzkriega, who made a balloon penis pipe at Glass Vegas, a spectacular event. We'll be talking about that. Um, we got some fun stuff to give away. I got sticker packs and Millie, and one of them is going to come with the OG Garbage Pail Kid card. It's all going down. Anyways, let me take a second and introduce the homies who are here with me tonight. First of all, my dog helps us run the Torch Talk community and an amazing tie-dye artist, Kye Jewel. Tell them what you're about, baby.
My name's Kye, and I die.
Word.
That'll be for sale soon.
Hell yeah. Not to get morbid, but it'd be pretty cool if those were like your last words.
Hello, I'm Kye, and I'm dying. I go jumping off a cliff, paragliding or some shit. That's the way I'd want to go if I had to go.
Yeah. That'd be pretty badass.
Something fun. On camera.
Yeah. All right. Not to get too far off track here. My lovely co-host, Carrie Strope. Tell him what you're about.
Cheers. I travel a lot to help Mike do these events and film things that we share with y'all, but I also work in glass in just about every form. And right now I'm in the middle of holiday snowflake glasses or glass classes.
So. All right. So everybody in glass, no matter what your medium is making ornaments right now. Basically. Yep. Gotcha. And let me introduce the star of the show, or our very, very special guest, Blitzkriega. Hell yeah, dude! It was a real pleasure getting to kick it at Glass Vegas, and I'm really glad that you're here with us tonight, man. If you would tell them where to find your work, it's all linked in the video description. But if they could, tell them what you're about, where you're coming from these days, that kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. So I am hailing out of Denver, Colorado. We are currently in my office at the Portal Glass Studio. Got a bunch of awesome homies here. Basically we're going to be looking at that balloon penis demo today. I'm pretty excited to share some tech with you guys.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. The way you achieve these shapes and cook it in and all that stuff, I think is really important. And I think the homies will really like that. Hopefully they can kind of take these ideas and adapt them into their own things. Even you've taken it in all these different directions, like the pool floats and that sort of thing. It's all really great. I'm so glad you're here with us, man. You're somebody's work I've respected for a long time. And
thanks, man. I'm glad to be here.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, cool. Let's not dwell any longer on the introductions. Let's just pop this party off. We've got plenty to talk about. Yeah, we're gonna see some dicks tonight.
Dump them out.
Yeah, these dicks are brought to you by but no, seriously guys, these companies that we're taking just a minute to shout out, man, they help me get to all of these shows. We've been doing this for years now, and all of these companies they pitch in a bit every month, and it all adds up to us being able to have this party together. And it's like, it's not a big money business, you guys. I still quite go into my pocket a good bit with the frequency that we do these, but these homies really, really help. It's like, I feel like I'm not pillaging my kids' college fund to go film glass or whatever. Not to get too off track, then it really means a lot. And all of these companies, everybody involved, they're all really great cats that I've enjoyed working with over the years, and it just means the world that they're here to help. And then some of you guys pitch in on the Torch Pass thing. We just did a kind of co-promotion thing. It's an honor to be involved with them, man. Even the homie Kye, who's here with us tonight, pitches in. So not to get too deep on this, but it's really important to shout these cats out, and they just help make it possible, and it really means the world. So yeah, much love to all these cats. But here we go. It's time to get on the party here. This is the Glass Vegas main stage. At this point, I think you're just kind of setting up the pieces that you need to make this. Is that right?
Yeah, just getting the prep going.
Cool. And then it's so cool in the background. If you guys notice, there's like usually multiple painters on each side of the stage, and this one's painting a balloon dog of your work.
Yeah,
Like,
that dude. I feel like I want to pull up his name. I forget what it was. I think it was like Scoobies or something like that.
okay.
We should try and figure that out. I want to give that guy a shout out because that thing was so freaking dope when it was done. And he was
Yeah.
such a cool homie too. It was awesome to have him up there because like you can't really tell from the video, but this is like first thing when the show got started on the last day. And we're in Vegas here, so like as anyone could assume, at like, you know, first thing in the morning on the last day of the Vegas show, like spirits are running pretty low in terms of like being able to stomach breakfast and like the Tylenol that's supposed to take the headache away and stuff. But, having homie up there was like a really awesome like he just motivational thing, you know, is good, is nice.
Yeah, we should talk to Amy. Huge shout out to Amy Short, by the way.
Oh my God, I love Amy.
And Leanne, or her mom, and they helped put this thing on along with the Glasscraft and Beat Expo. It's just an honor to be involved with them. Yeah, put a Torch Talk logo kicking in the background there. It really is an honor to be involved with this event, and we've been there from the very first year and gotten to share so much stuff, and there's actually still quite a bit more to share. Like I'm thrilled about getting to get deep, do some more dives on this Glass Vegas footage over the next couple of months leading up to the show, and getting a whole bunch more dank new stuff to share. Anyways, I was gonna say we should, you know, they have those companies for like rich motherfuckers where like they come out and hook you up to an IV and shit if when you're hungover. Like...
Yeah, I've actually I've had to do that a couple times.
we need one of those for like the artists at Glass Vegas.
I'm not rich. I might be a motherfucker, but I have definitely gotten hooked up a few times to the IV. I'll tell you what it is I have a thing for oysters and I live in Colorado. So like the combination of like pounding a bunch of oysters and then going ham with the booze afterwards has caused like IV needing sessions.
Okay, all right. Interesting. They got this in Colorado, huh?
Yeah. They come to your house. It's great.
I love that they do this as a business now. I was doing this in the Army out in Korea right before I'd go to PT in the mornings after a long night out. Be like, oh fuck, we got to go to PT and just slap a fucking IV in, saline bag, and get going.
Interesting. Wow, this comment
icy veins. Stories. You just get going.
Yeah. All right. This is what I'm here to do, folks. Good. But I need the number of that place in Colorado. I'm in Colorado Springs, man. So
yeah, they have a bunch of services. It's like if you get them to go to your house, it's like kind of expensive, but when you literally can't get out of bed, it's worth it.
Right, I know. I need that number. Like, all right. I'm pretty fucked up right now. Motherfuckers. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past me. All my hangovers get worse and worse as I get older. I'm 41 now. You boys getting old. And yeah, I'm telling you, every year, every week they get worse.
Yeah, they last longer. It's like, what the fuck?
Right? Yeah. It's like I'm really tired of losing days, so I really do try to play it safe, and especially here in Colorado, where it's, you know, you got to keep a little more hydration going.
Yeah, because you're a Virginia boy too, right? Like
I am, dude. Yeah, I only got here in November, and so.
I've been here 10 years and growing up at sea level, like it's still a struggle to stay hydrated. Like I get like Wook water delivered to my studio from like, it's like glacial melt shit. And I'm pounding it all the time and just still feel like a raisin.
The glaciers are melting anyways. I ought as well drink it.
There.
Yeah. Now let's
put it in my carbon footprint, you know.
Speaking of carbon.
Yeah, let's talk about what you're doing here, because I like this. You're kind of shaping against the Marver there. Would you normally use like an L Marver for that? Like, is some of this just because of what you have to work with here on stage?
Yes, yeah. So like one thing that should be noted is that the equipment that was up on stage was super limited. And not because Glass Vegas wasn't prepared. It was more my fault that I forgot to let someone know that I needed a hand torch. And so I had to do this whole thing without a hand torch, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know is
hell yeah,
is kind of a bummer. And
OG style.
yeah, exactly. But so I went and bought this like graphite marver there, but I usually use those, like, I forget who makes it, but it's like two metal blades, like two metal circular blades.
Oh, Firecrest, yeah.
A roller. They're so sick. I love them. I keep a bunch of the extra pairs of blades around and kind of try and interchange them so I don't like make one pair too dull too quickly. It's kind of a cool.
That's interesting to
cool
know,
little studio mate.
Now, do you rock a CC normally, like in your home studio?
I do not. I do not.
Okay, what do you rock at home, man?
So I am privileged enough to have the Herbie 60, 65, I don't know, whatever. It's the big boy, and it's like one of the old school ones. So it's basically like I only have two knobs I'm ever messing with. One propane.
I love that about that toy.
It's so sick. I love it.
Nice. Very cool. I used to have a 40. But
I
I'm
got
a
to play
Marini
with
guy,
one
so for me it was just sitting on the shelf a lot. Otherwise, I did really enjoy working on it. Gorgeous heat, gorgeous flame. Yeah, everything about it. The center fire is just gorgeous. The way it gets so needled out.
It's
yeah,
like
and sculpturally,
it's user-friendly.
It's great. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah, sculpturally, it's really great. But yeah, if you're doing Marini stuff, like I would think you'd want a big old dude.
Yeah, no, I rock a Delta Elite for that stuff. But yeah, and here, man, you're soaking some nice heat into this piece. I see you're really trying to take your time and make sure it's all nice and evenly hot as you affect change on it. You're drawing it out now, giving it that
length, that
curving it now, or are we just drawing it out?
I think that is me like just evening out. Like I'm evening out the tube because the prep I was using was also like. It was not the best prep.
Gotcha.
But right, actually,
yeah, look at that.
Okay, I totally take this back. I'm making the dick. So yeah, I actually that's the shaft. So yeah, I am bending that thing out.
Nice.
A nice natural curve, just because we don't like inanimate objects around here.
Yeah. Gravity may have also bended my shaft over the years.
Yeah, I feel like every day it's slightly, you just slightly are affected more and more.
Yeah. Gravity, God damn it.
Hey, father, that's why they have Father's Day, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. No, that was sick though. You really, and then your timing on that I think was important too. You didn't just like drop that and it would have flopped and all. You really let that soak in and even out, and then let gravity affect it, and you get this gorgeous natural penis like curve.
Yeah, totally. It when you get like a whole big piece of glass like that hot, like your natural instinct is to like automatically just like do something with it, but like it's really great to like when your like conscious focus is so in the moment that you can kind of slow time down and just and like allow heat to basically dictate how your conscious timing is running as opposed to like seconds ticking off the clock. You tick into it, and like you start to be able to get those natural pieces and just be able to like take an image from your head and use the energy running through your body to your fingers to make it happen.
I like that. Yeah. Now, Carrie,
this just seems like it's taking a schlong time.
Yeah. Was there something funny about the word dictate?
I don't know.
Depends on who you're asking.
Pretty amused.
Dictator's not very happy about it. Mr. Tater's important man in the schlong industry. He looked back at me on stage and he was like, "That was retarded."
The amount of dick jokes that were being made during that thing were so great, and I'm like hanging on. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like hungover as fuck during this thing, and I'm like hanging on for dear life, and it like only had a cup of coffee and was like the homie who keeps coming through is like my manager. Him and I kind of like partner up on the business, and he's like just like trying to like get me nourished while like I'm trying to hang on for dear life with like not the best like
Yeah.
equipment or like, you know, blowing situation, but it ended up working out. It was really fun too. Like the like Amy and all the peeps at Glass Vegas, they make it so fun there, and they make it feel like such a family experience that it really soothed the vibe, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
no doubt. I'm just
Having
picturing
having
the
Mike
manager.
up there too. Mike was kind of hanging with me off to the left.
Yeah.
It's hard to see, but he's running the camera, and that was
Right.
also some good vibes for sure.
Yeah, man. We had some good banner up there, man. Yeah. Yeah.
No
I
dick
think
jokes though, right?
I did really enjoy filming this and getting to chat with you, man. Sometimes, you know, if the artist is in the zone, dude, like I won't say a word. But if the artist is wanting to talk and all that, and we're having a good time, hell yeah, we're gonna make it a good time, and that doesn't really fuck up the footage at all. And now we get to have a whole nother good time, man. I really do appreciate you joining us.
Of course.
Yeah, dope to get to see you do this, and yeah, some of these moves where you're kind of shaping out the more ballooned parts that are critical to this work and aesthetic. I really, it's just so neat to see. Hell yeah. And what are we doing here? Are we just breaking off that piece of tubing or whatever?
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna break out 2 identical pieces to make the balls, which I basically had it so like the air kind of flows from like the like I made this one a bowl push if I remember correctly, and so like from where you pack it from the bowl, it flows directly into one of the nuts, like into like straight into the other, and then up into the shaft. So it all kind of follows one straight line instead of like the whole vessel filling up, which is kind of how it was like you could put some water in it too. And I kind of borrowed that from my balloon dog tech with like where like the legs and the ears all have that thing where it follows one straight path, which allows it to be like all natural. Oh yeah, there you go.
I can't not see that from here on out. It looks like a nutsack.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt. Yeah, now do these balls produce the same smooth water technology that's present in your other work?
No. So, well, if you're referring to my recyclers, it's not. It's not. That's based off of a mixture of some crazy pseudoscience and like an actual process that's used in organic chemistry.
Oh yeah, no, we've been soaking it in, man. We are students of your philosophy now.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for even like considering listening to the crackpot shit that I'm spouting.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude, honestly, I mean, let's just like break the fourth wall or whatever. This stuff is very funny, and you have a really funny perspective with this stuff. It's to the point where we're like, man, we could see you breaking out of glass and just starting a comedy thing or something.
It's it's been proposed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, I think you should run with it. But you know, and it's not just that. You also are a rap artist.
Yeah. When enough alcohol is flowing, or other sort of liquid fun.
Okay, you keep on the Modelo's, dude. We're gonna get you to spit some bars before the end here.
Oh my gosh! Well, unfortunately, my rap persona is extremely misogynistic and just disgusting all around. So I wouldn't want to subject anyone to.
Well, I mean, this episode seems about the right time, if any.
Yeah. But the thing is, what I've come to realize,
I do not support it though.
Sure. But you know what I've come to believe. Because I absorbed it all at once in one night. So it all just meshed together.
You got the crash course.
So I really believe that there's a concurrent flow here, and you have to take a deeper look. And for example, when you tell the subject of fucking your mom to spread your ass in the air, I do believe
how did you get
spreading the ass in the air is to better facilitate transfer of ideas from the chakra. Am I wrong?
No, absolutely. You nailed it. What did you find the MySpace? Is it still up?
There's a MySpace?
Yeah, I told you. We got some deep dives here on
Damn, Mike.
Blitzkriega.
Yeah, all right,
we're
let's talk. That's
Yeah,
sick.
man.
Wow. Oh my god. My boys are gonna get so stoked when they hear that you just quoted fucking Yo Mom. That one's that one's Jesus Christ, that's terrible. That was like I was like 17 when I wrote that. I was like 17 and undersexed.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. Welcome to the new research approach of Fireside Chat. We've been really trying to do deep dives with everybody now and try and find some stuff that might even make you smile. I've been a bit inspired, I'll admit it, by Hot Ones, man. That show where motherfuckers eat wings and they hit them with questions.
Sean Evans, man. God bless that guy. Sean Evans, not the glassblower. Sean Evans.
Yeah, man, the host of the show, dude. The research on that show and the way they find really interesting stuff to hit people with, man, I've genuinely been inspired by that, and so we really do try and take some time to find some funny shit like that now, and yeah, it makes me smile.
No, it's great. It's great. It's such an awesome format when you hit people with stuff that you're like, wow, you just like made me feel at home for a second. Like,
I love it. Fuck yeah, dude.
When you were 17, were you working in the smoke shop already, or the head shop in Virginia Beach?
So, when at 17, grew up in Virginia Beach, and like they had like some really gnarly shit go down during like Operation Pipe Dreams, where like the dudes who originally taught me actually were like the like center of this case that made it all the way to the Supreme Court. And it was like, it actually, I think it like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what year that was, but like I started basically learning from those guys like a year or two after all of this happened. And I was like surfing with these guys, like, and they were like, yeah, if you want to come in, like, we can teach you how to blow glass. We just can't teach you pipes and stuff because you're not 18 and this shit's illegal. So when I first started out, I was maybe like 16, 17, in my parents' garage, just basically fiddling around. Like, I didn't have Torch Talk, which would have been friggin' sweet. But you know, at that point, it was just kind of trying to look at balls and like figure out how they were made. So that was what I was doing at 17. That and trying to get into college, which ended up being art school for glass, which was like an amazing experience. It's probably the only way I was going to get a degree.
And I definitely want to talk about that. Was it G13, the guys that you were talking about back in the day? Fuck yes. Okay, yes, I know that shop. Yeah, I used to buy pipes there and shit and watch the glass blowers, man. I could have watched you back in the day and not even known it.
Well, I actually I got my first bong there when I was like 15 or something. Like, well, my brother got it for me because he was 18. Mm-hmm. But first I got to say shout out to John and Kirk, but especially John from G13. He was just like such a fucking awesome big brother. He's still around Virginia Beach. He's got an awesome restaurant called Johnny Manana's that's really banging. It's right on the beach.
That's cool shit.
Yeah, you should go check it out. Go say what's up.
I'm in town next,
Go say what's up. But yeah, he got me started, man, and I owe everything to him. And I remember the first time I was ever on the Torch, he was like, look, here's like glass blowing's future right here. And he was kind of like joking at me, but that always like stuck in my head because like I ended up like that's what I devoted my life to. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy.
Now,
that's where
you're talking about this educational thing, and this is something I've actually talked about on the show. I mean, you know, I was in Norfolk for like 20 years, so when I started blowing glass, that was where I came up, and I was pretty connected to that scene and the shops there and the artists that worked with them. And I've come to this realization. I think we talked about this in Vegas, that you know, all the cats who came out, not all the cats, but a significant amount of the cats who were doing really interesting and unique work on the East Coast came out of this program at VCU with Emilio Santini, Now let's get back to the glass real quick. I'd love to just talk about that for hours, but hold on. Here you're holding this glass around.
Yeah, and if you see, like, I think a good point to take from what's going on here, which I hear you guys describe as that dank heat. So we got some we got some real dank heat going on here, and I always heat wider and further and more than I need to, but with those nice curves, I don't heat it up till it's soupy. You heat it up to the point where it's like you watch it go red, you watch it go orange, and then it hits that yellow point. It doesn't go white where it's running like your nose in goddamn December, but it's nice and yellow, and it has like a nice wide even base, and that's how you get those real nice crispy buttery like bends. So it's got that U bend. If you like look at the negative space, there's no folds, there's nothing that your eye's gonna notice besides that it is round.
Usually happens, you know, it creases out in flats if you don't puff it out and shit.
Yeah, we hate that. Like, nobody likes that. It's like one of those things that your eye notices because it's not supposed to be there. And that's like one of the biggest bummers about glass, is that it's like the eye is so unforgiving with that.
And here you're going to actually start to let them come together. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I did here, because this honestly was kind of I was kind of freestyling this piece because I had never done I had never made a dick before, and just, you know, was kind of limited with what I could do. I'm pretty sure what I'm doing here is like I did the bend, and then now I'm kind of like melting the glass so it all flows together and becomes one solid piece.
Sure.
So there's actually no gap in between them, if I'm remembering correctly.
That is what I believe you're doing. And now, have you tried to establish that connection immediately, like during like the last stage of the bend, and then cook it in? Do you find that this is a better way to do it that has less stress, or like is?
No, actually, what I'll do to get it started is I'll puff a little bit. Like, I'll start from the top, like the top, where like basically the arc of the bend on the inside, and I'll heat that up and kind of try to drop it down a little bit, and then like get the sides and then puff them so they sort of start to join together. And then once you get at that point, that's when I'm getting the glass like ripping hot. It's kind of like the same tech as like doing a Dewar seal, where like there's like that slight gap, and you like, it's like sort of like welding, where you get the glass all nice and hot and runny, and it all sort of like fills that gap in as you like go around. So it's like that the gap is basically so like the gap between the two pieces on the inner wall there is so small that if you heat it up enough, like you can just get it all to kind of run together. If you just like do it evenly enough. It's kind of hard to describe. I'd have to show you with a hand. I normally do it with a hand torch.
Sure,
and you can kind of see. You probably can't hear me sitting there cursing the world right now, but like I'm struggling right now, because normally I do all this with a hand torch, as opposed to the needle dick flame of the fucking CCC. But we got her done, so that was cool. You know, it's definitely a bit of a struggle. Yeah,
it's like the number 5,
yes,
and then there's like the needle dick.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think I hope the homies out there know what we're talking about. It's very similar to chasing that seal around, you know, even on a ring seal, you know, like if it's not if you kind of just set it in and tag it and then chase it around, that glass just flows in to fill the gap. Like once you get that, yeah. Word. Once you get that going, you know, you can really, and I can only imagine trying to establish it and get it going with the hand torch. You've got so much more gravity control and positioning and all that, but we're making it work. This is, you know, as Emilio says, man, to get back to him, he's like, it's only the demo. You know?
Yeah, that's Emilio is maestro. Emilio is daddy.
Yeah. And I wanted to talk about what was the experience like learning with him at VCU. So many of you guys are doing unique work and kind of charted your own courses. Like, did he give you the fundamentals? Did he give you the drive? Did he tell you anything like inspirational that like you guys all think of that has made you ballers? What's the secret sauce here?
here's what I would say about that program. Because Amelia was like a major part of it, but like to preface, like we like none of us, and by us like the people I came up with, like I came in right after AKM Andrew. Like I missed him by about a semester, but he was like the like legend who like we all heard about like as we were freshmen, or more so sophomore, because we had to go
big man on campus.
Yeah, and then like I come in, and then Rye Glass was him and I did the program together with, and then Egon as well,
Both of
who's
those guys are
an
homies,
amazing glass blower.
Yeah.
And
sorry, what the fuck?
Adam,
that's right. My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
No,
That's the homie, man. I took
good.
the Skookie class with him, and we actually have a sick demo with him.
Yeah.
Anyways, please continue.
He's awesome. Anyways, but yeah, that program was really cool. The thing was like when I went in, I knew I was going out into the world as a pipe maker, but like they really discouraged that at like any turn. Like you weren't allowed to like, it was like to the points where like if I wanted to like practice wigwags or like inside out sections, like I had to do it in the middle of the night and like come in first thing in the morning and take them out of the kiln. Because like even if I made like inside out blanks or some shit, like they'd like be like, we will throw you out of school over this. Like it was straight up like, and we're talking about like it's like a university, like it's real deal. Like where, you know, I like was working at a head shop to put myself through the program at that point, but that shit was fucking expensive. Like we're still paying it off type shit, you know, like with school loans and whatnot. But so it wasn't something where you wanted to fuck around. But I'm sitting here being like, fuck you, like this is art school. Like how are you gonna like try and tell me what to do? You know what I'm saying? Like
be
so
an artist,
like
but don't do
like,
this.
yeah. So it's like this weird, like defiant balance of like dealing with like this weird, like academic administrative, like stick up assery, whilst at the same time we have Emilio who doesn't really, he doesn't really give a fuck, but he does. He like pretends to give a fuck, but like doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I can
imagine it.
Yeah, so like all he really cares about is talking about politics. Like he wasn't like we sat there and learned some fundamentals, but like even after like 4 years or like 3.5 years of like hanging with him, you know what I'm saying? Like I would say most of the shit, like most of the skill building that I had done was like more so on my own merit of like trial and error and like, you know, trying to mimic some of the shit that was hot in the pipe game at the time, like the wigwags and, you know, a lot of the stuff the dudes in Philly were doing with the That Ain't Art movement, like Jag and Slinger and Snick, who fucking shout out to all those dudes, they're godfathers, great friends.
Hell yeah. Well, now, not to get away from that, which is fascinating to me, I'm developing a new theory about why the Virginia school is also good, because y'all needed to make some fucking money to pay up them damn student loans. But
straight up, dude, straight up.
Hey man, I better ball out. Hey. All right. Anyways, so at this point, dude, I thought it just happened, but you bridged that up, and it allowed you to kind of puff everything out like in a really harmonious way. Does this help kind of accentuate the balloon look, or did you just want to get that all happy? Yeah. Okay. Word.
Yeah. So that's how I get like that's how I go from like it looking like a round piece of glass to like it looking like a balloon, because glass and latex, they inflate slightly differently. And so like if you kind of like were to look at like the cross section of one of these pieces, like you can notice how the bends like are just a little bit, they're arced a little bit differently. So like what I did there was I braced it all up so I could get that piece kind of, so it all has the same sort of like the inflation, like the air coming from the inside out is pushing it all in a uniform manner. So it more so looks like inflated latex as opposed to glass. And it's like really subtle, but it's like I've just, you know, spent so many years on this aesthetic of like in having glass look inflated at this point, that it's just this thing that, you know, I just naturally think about in a really kooky, like too in-depth sort of way.
Yeah, it's really awesome to get to see and discuss, man. It's dope that you took this opportunity to share this and be open about what you're doing here, man. It's one of these reasons. I'm just honored to be part of this tapestry of knowledge that's available to homies. There's been like a bit of this hot topic in Torch Talk lately about homies who call themselves self-taught. And of course, you know, like to me, this is, you know, it's too complex an issue to be like, oh, that's not right, you should take classes. I don't think anybody who calls themselves that is necessarily trying to dismiss classes or anything. It's just so many folks have not had the opportunity, be it financially or they're too far away to make a, you know, reasonable to go take a cool class, or they're just the type to go it alone with what resources are available, which are tremendous. From like Salem Community College has like that master's series with some absolutely incredible demos. And there's, you know, Corning has so many amazing things, and we've, you know, I'm honored to be able to kind of add to this tapestry of information. And yeah, I appreciate that you're just kind of joining the club of homies who have, you know, been open about, you know, how they achieve these really specific looks. I mean, here we go again, really one of these dank heat bends, as we'd call it.
Hella dank. Yeah, and one thing I would say to what you were kind of just touching on is, like, you know, there are a lot of people, like, I think, like, trying to boast like that, like, you're 100% self-taught. Like, anyone that I've really seen really take that like really hard-headed, like using that and like vehemently claiming it, it's typically just like some sort of justification for an excuse, like making an excuse for like something not being as good as it could be. And you know, my whole philosophy is like, any sort of bit of education that you have at your disposal that like you can take in and use to enhance like your own ability to express this as like a language, to express yourself, and not the people's ideas that you're learning from, like, but using that to enhance your own vocabulary, that's great. And if someone's gonna say like oh, I think it takes away from that, it's just an excuse because like they're butthurt about something that they see in themselves that they're not willing to admit or like able to be conscious about. Yeah. And you see a lot of that in the glass, like a lot of the excuse making, and it's like, you know, we're all just here to try and make this shit as nice as possible and like do the best we can. And that's that. And however whatever journey you have to take to like make your singing voice in this shit as beautiful as possible, do it. I salute you. Just, you know, whoever you're learning from, make sure your work doesn't look like theirs, because that's lame too.
Oh yeah, no doubt. That's something we always try and hit on.
Yeah, you know, individuality and style, I mean, it goes hand in hand, dude. Like, it's how are you going to take this and make that? But I mean, you see it in all mediums, you know, especially with like tutorials up. Like, I was going to make a joke, be like, hey, look out for more balloon dicks this next 2-3 weeks. Like, we'll be seeing some dicks out there on Instagram, you know.
Right, yeah.
But it doesn't happen a whole lot. I think a lot of people are trying to respect that as much as they want, and artists almost always want to try to do their own interpretation of things. Well, there's always those guys that take it off like the Sideshow Bob kind of thing, like, yo, man, I'm going to make this my thing. But it's like, that's somebody else's thing, but it's okay.
I'll tell you this, if someone's able to actually take this demo and make a balloon dick out of it, I'll be really impressed. Like, hit me up.
There you go. You guys been challenged.
It's a challenge now.
We want to see these balloon dicks. You got me going now, man. I think I'm going to have to make a
balloon dick. I'm like,
all right. You get creative.
It's a natural perk. I don't got to drop a down stem. It's okay.
Yeah.
Send me your dick pics. My Instagram is Kye Dyes. It's Kye Dyes.
I get enough references, I'm sure. People are like, you're a girl, right? I'm like, no, god damn it. But you do tie-dye. It's like, yeah, there's like a bunch of guys doing it now. Jerk.
Man, yeah, tough times.
I'd be flattered. I mean, anytime someone thought I was a female, I'd just be like, thanks.
Thank you.
Yes. I really appreciate that.
Yep. Like, thanks, honey. My Cash App is at.
Well, I just do the whole, hey, I'm going to send this to your mom thing. You know, that's.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Get too indiscriminate with them dick pics. Your mom's going to get it right back from some chick is feisty.
I don't. If we're referring to my mom specifically, I do not think Nancy would appreciate that.
Whoa!
Yeah, please do not send any to Blitzkriega's mom.
Well, it's funny because like I did like a shout out to her a couple years ago on Instagram, and she was like, "Dude, like I had a couple like basically like wooks start following me." So like don't shout me out anymore. And so like the next year I like said some shit. I was like, because you weirdos like following my mom, I'm just gonna like fucking you know keep this in the DMs with her.
Yeah, man. Nobody out there's gonna be fucking his mom, okay?
No one besides no one.
That's not it. They just don't.
No one besides Dad. Fair game for Rick. Jesus Christ, how did we get to this?
Okay, I wanted to ask a question about.
You're the one who made the song, not me. Okay.
So is that how you do this?
No,
for the 3 sections on there.
It's not, and I'm realizing now that I kept that one. I kept that proprietary secret a little in the bag there. So it's a different tech. But you could, if you wanted to, you could achieve the same effect. Like I could take that piece I'm working on.
This is individual sections, right?
Yes.
That's a whole different thing. It's not this cut in half like that. This seems like the economic demo.
It's similar. It's very, very similar, but slightly different. Excuse me.
Right on.
Yeah. So that's one piece. Like I can divulge what on the balloon dogs. It's 2. It's like 2.
Yeah.
Without the whole bend there, but yeah, the whole like flowing of the middle is the same. It's just it for me, like a lot of the stuff I do has just taken like it's really weird shit that I try and like take my process and not work like any other glass blower I've seen, and just really try and just like work as organically and freestyle as possible when I'm inventing like moves for like when I'm designing pieces. So like my work doesn't really look derivative of other glass artists, and so like these moves are like ones that I've just practiced so many times that they're honestly pretty difficult, but for me I've just throughout the repetition of like having the opportunity to get to make a lot of this shit, it just becomes easy and it flows, you know what I'm saying? It's like once you learn how to kickflip, like you can bust it out a bunch of times, but like getting that first one nailed down is pretty tough, you know.
Relatable. Nice. All right, thank you, man. Oh, by the way, I got that fucking hat.
I know. I noticed,
I'm rocking that shit. And you know, I'm enjoying the fact that you went with the dad style hat without the bead on top, because that shit always pisses me off.
Me too.
I hate it.
I had the option. So when I was designing those hats, I tried to make them as like close to the old school Levi style as possible. So that's with the like little red tag, and then the leather. Yeah, and then the like leather patch. And what I wanted to do was put
leather's nice. I don't like the snapbacks now. This is comfortable, man.
Yeah,
like the snapbacks, the plastic shit like cut up in your forehead and stuff.
Yeah, and like the front patch, I feel like it's kind of like reminiscent of the like patch that's on the belt line, you know, the old school Levi.
Yeah.
But
I can see the reference now. I like that. That's pretty cool. Thanks for the down low on that.
Oh, totally. And
busy boy.
I wanted to put the same kind of button from like the button on top, but I was like, that shit's gonna be fucking uncomfortable. So we didn't do that.
Yeah. It's rad swag, man. I appreciate that. That was cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of new stuff in the works right now. I can't really talk about it, but I'm like really, really, really excited to show off some of the new shit we're working on. Glass Vegas is gonna be a really cool showcase this year. I'm super stoked.
Yeah, I'm very excited about Glass Vegas. Man, if any of you guys out there haven't been, like, this is just an incredible thing to come out to. You got all these stage demos. We're gonna be hitting it hard, but I can't catch them all. There's educational things where you can be there and ask whatever whoever is teaching or whatever they're talking about. Like Salt did the getting your shit together with Salt thing one year.
When he talked about taxes.
He talked about all kinds
of things. He was like, pay your fucking taxes. That's all I can say, man.
Yeah, I know. And like, if it were me saying that shit, it would be like, Mike, shut the fuck up. But when it's like Salt talking about exactly how he has structured his business, you know, like to be the
I'm
best
telling
way.
you, are you are you an S corp?
What?
Jakey, do you do like an S corporation or some shit like that?
I thought you asked if he was an escort. I was like, what?
No, I mean, he could be. That'd be cool, dude. Like that, all love, bro. Like you got to do what you got to do, man. It's a hard knock life. But no, like Delaware Corporation kind of thing like that to do all your shit.
I'm not sure. Because I have an accountant that does that, just because I have another business that I run, but I believe the glass business is an LLC, is the way, or no, how do we do it's a sole proprietorship is how we did it. I don't think it's an S corp, because it isn't an S. I don't know, honestly, but I don't I don't think so. What I do know is I pay what I want. I build my taxes and I pay what I want to pay. Like, just fundamentally speaking, like, even if I'm overpaying, which I have done some years just for mortgage purposes, I never want to pay accurate taxes. Even if I'm paying more, it's just like nice to know that I'm just paying what I want to. I don't encourage this, because this is not financial advice or a good idea.
Yeah, this is not legally binding.
We live in it, but one thing I can say is we live in America, and if you're willing to pay, you can play, you know. So, you know, we're in a good position. It's just good to educate yourself on all this shit and never do any guesswork. Like, if you have anything that you're unsure about, just fucking look it up or consult a professional. And that's you know, what I do, both legally.
That's word of the wise right there. That's some good advice.
Legally and financially, it just helps. And like, you can use this shit to fucking get yourself assets that you can reinvest into other things, that you can turn into a nice lifestyle for you and kids, if you have kids, and grandkids eventually. Like we're in an awesome position right now where if you're smart and you don't live dollar to dollar, if you're able to just like be real smart with your assets and anything you can stash away. Like, it's like, just party at home and reinvest that shit if you can, you know, because there's a lot of awesome opportunities investment wise for, you know, all of us generations under the boomers who are unwilling to adapt. But, you know, for anyone who's young enough to adapt, take this glass money and go make yourself some serious money with it, because
that's really something that doesn't get talked about as much in all of this. Is like, it's all fun and games and doing cool hood rat shit with the homies, but
and I still do, like,
but that's just part of it.
55th Street up in here, I keep, you know what I'm saying, but that doesn't mean like,
you know, party.
Yeah, that doesn't. Oh, dude, we get the fuck
He's
out.
like, oh, fuck yeah.
I mean, look at me. I'm in a music studio right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that doesn't mean like that I don't care about my future, and like thinking about that kind of stuff is like one thing that like anyone like, you know, I hope no one looks up to me, but like, if you want to take my advice, it's like secure your fucking bag, guys. Like, get it. Like, just be ethical about it and have heart. And
I love the serious conversation while he's shaping a cock.
Yeah, right.
This is truly inspirational talk, man. I love it.
I hate to bore. I hope I'm not boring you guys. Fuck.
Not at all. No, this is spectacular, man. We're
Do you
gonna
know how
have to
many
title
whoops
this
out there
one
do
like
stocks, dude? They're just like waiting for you to like say some like, okay, what kind of crypto do you have, man?
No, I don't want to have that conversation.
I'm telling you, there's probably six
Go on Reddit.
guys on there that want to know.
Go on Reddit.
No, but I
and buy
think
a
the
loop ring.
new
That's the
title of this episode, yo, is "Getting Your Cock Straight" with Blitz.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a member of the tribe, so I was born into this.
Word.
I didn't ask.
So are you gonna push the bowl from where you're removing glass at right now?
No, so that I'm just kind of, there was like some blab, and some like just thickness there that I needed to get rid of, so I could just puff the roundness like all the way around.
So you're not a fan of girth?
Oh, I mean, you know, I don't really listen to country music, but Garth Brooks is an amazing artist nonetheless.
Yeah.
He's
I love it when the thickness rolls. You know, that's one of the favorite songs is when the thickness rolls and the lightning strikes. You know.
Yeah. It puts a new light on "I've Got Friends in Low Places."
Yeah.
The lowest.
Along the same lines, I like that song that's like, "Can you smell that smell?"
Okay.
I can smell that smell from over here.
Ooh, that smell. Yeah, they're talking about cocaine. That smell from cocaine. You know, those cutting chemicals.
Is that what they were talking about?
Yeah.
The Dr. Browners is what I've commonly referred.
That's just what I always assumed. I was just like, these cokeheads made a song, you know, and they're talking about the smell when you walk into a bathroom. You're like, oh, this is that bathroom.
I thought it was like the 70s books, like talking about like doobies. They're like, yo, those guys are smoking doobies. Can you smell that?
Yeah.
I remember my first joint.
Yeah. I guess that's a little naive and innocent of me. I guess it makes more sense that they were talking about doing hooties.
Yeah, we were watching this movie.
I don't know. I just always assumed it was the smell of cut coke. Maybe I need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I think this might say more about you than the song, Kye.
I always wondered how he got so many of them damn tie-dyes done at once.
Yeah.
Bro.
Becoming clear.
I'm so fucking lazy, man. Like the last 2 months have been
what's
like
going on?
Yeah, these balls is dangling.
Oh yeah, we're dangling. So I think I'm getting it to a point where I can connect it into the shaft, because like it's like a weird 45. It's like a 45 angle degree to 45 angle degree connection. Mm-hmm. So I needed to get it where there was like a cool access point to the connection hole. Because like most of what I do, like a lot of the like sculptural balloon stuff that I do, there's like a lot of these like cool 45 degree connections that like kind of end up hiding themselves behind like the roundness of the piece, because like, you know, like we all kind of struggle with like having it so you can't see see the seams and connection lines and stuff. So it's like, you know, I always tried to strategically hide that stuff as much as possible. Sometimes you just can't get away from it, like, you know, which is heartbreaking, but that is the nature of the glass. It's like no matter how hard you try, you're gonna find something that you could have done better, you know. Or actually, maybe I'm rehandling here. I honestly, again, I freestyled this one super hard, so
he's really handling those balls.
Yeah, I'm handling. Or maybe I'm like punting up to it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't remember. Like I said, it was like a freestyle, and I was a bit on the hangover side.
I think you are getting. No, I think you were on it, man. Right. I think you're getting this ready to be connected the right way.
Yeah. I think I'm like putting I think I'm like taking it off a hollow handle and putting it on solid. So like when I go to bridge it, it's already on like a bridgeable piece. So I don't have to like pull all the hollow out. But I guess we'll wait and find out.
Well, I'll find out together.
Yeah. You know, I'm sure there'll be plenty of schmoozing in the meantime, but
yeah, no doubt. Plenty of time to schmooze.
Yeah, man, my hair is looking so sick there. I like you
were on point there, man.
I got a fresh fade. I take my mullet very seriously. I've been trying to like work towards looking like Randy Johnson.
Go deeper on the mullet if you don't mind. That we need elaboration on why. How long?
Okay, Okay, so it's
Is this just your thing?
Yeah, well, it's always been my thing.
Okay.
I've had like 3 very long-term mullets in my life. Just to preface, this isn't like a trend follow sort of thing. Like I rocked one in high school for a really long time, which like could have been to the detriment of my social life, but it actually enhanced it tenfold. And so that's one thing that I learned is that, and here's another bit of advice I can give you guys is when you're in a position that you can have a mullet, just like if your job allows it, or if you're self-employed and you decide you allow it, have one because it's great. It represents a newfound sort of freedom that a lot of people don't get to experience. And the pep that it puts in your step is real. I can attest for it. Call now. It does not cost $19.99. It's free. It just takes a little time. And yeah, go ahead and have one. It's great. And so this most recent dangle that I've been working on, we're about, I think maybe 3-4 years deep at this point. I originally started it going to Burning Man in I think 2018, which I've been going every year for a while. It's like a really fun pastime for us. But so yeah, I wanted to look really rad that year, so I started a mullet, and then like it was maybe like there was like a year between that and my hair just looking really weird and it kind of actually starting to turn into a mullet. And one of my cousins was getting married in prestigious like high society Philadelphia, and my aunt had specifically requested that we went ixnay on the ullet may. If you guys catch my drift. So
cut your hair.
So what ended up happening is, God bless her, my mom, who's like the sweetest fucking lady ever. It's really funny. She looks exactly like Susie Green from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I don't know if you guys watch that show at all, they're literally, they look identical, but she's like the exact opposite because she's not crazy and mean. She's super nice and sweet and like a people pleaser. But so my mom's like gets stuck in the middle and is like, Jakey, like please cut the mullet off. Like you have to cut the mullet off because they're all from Philly. And I'm like, no, like I'm not fucking doing it. And she's like, please, for me. She like pulled the for me card. So like I was like, all right, how do I get around the for me card for like my mom, who I absolutely just adore dearly. And so what I did was I started this online petition where I was like, I was like, you guys, if you sign this petition, we can convince Nan that it's important that I keep the mullet, because then we can tell Nancy that she can go back to Aunt Steph and tell Aunt Steph that we want to keep the mullet. So like
we did it democratically.
Yeah, yes, that's how we did it.
You gotta have respect for that.
And so I got a shitload of people to sign this. Like it like snowballed, and like 300-400 people ended up like signing this thing. And so I surpassed my mom and just went straight to Aunt Steph and showed Aunt Steph and was like, leave my mom out of this. This is how important it is. It's like, I promise I will show up like properly groomed. And she was like, all right, if it's like this important to you, I accept. And so I like showed up with these sick French braids and like all these like
nice.
all my like old Jewish relatives are like, oh my God, your hair looks so fucking amazing. Like it's so great. And I'm like, all right, tight.
Yes.
And so
awesome.
That was like 3 years.
You got the nod from family.
That was like 3-4 years ago, and here we are still just Wayne Gretzky out as hard as I fucking can.
Well, you've been watching the new season of Curb?
Oh yeah, religiously,
dude. Are you not? The thing that's made me laugh one of the most, dude, is the Hulu guy. When he was
dude,
J to J. Every time it gets like,
I'm a little guilty of that, but it's right. At a point, it becomes excessive.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that should just make me laugh, man, because like, it's like you wouldn't know it by my name, but my mom is totally Jewish, so I'm technically Jewish as fuck. And every time I talk to a Jewish homie, I just want to be like, "What up, J to J?"
Yeah, you're like, "Oh my God!"
Just made me laugh so hard.
It's not even like we asked for this. It's a fucking sickness. It's a plague. We were born like this.
Yeah, that should have used me infinitely.
That's a nice cock.
Like I said, we were born like this. It's a blessing and a curse, you know?
Is this like a self-reflection sculpture?
Oh
Like,
God, no.
what are you going for? It should
No, it's like
Napoleon.
It's like Napoleon complex type shit. It's like I want to put off this vibe that.
How tall are you? Are you like 5'2" or some shit?
I am 5'6", so close.
Right on. 5'6" club too, bro. Yeah.
Hey,
no one takes us seriously. I
helps,
get it.
It helps for surfing. Well, I found if you're funny, it helps because being short and funny seems to go hand in hand. And then for surfing too, it's actually great because getting in the barrel, like when the wave folds over you,
you have a lower center of gravity. I get it. Like,
well, and it's like I have
soccer.
six less inches of body to deal with. I can tuck into that thing and shoot out and be all stoked.
You can surf smaller waves and be more content.
Yeah, which for growing up in Virginia Beach was absolutely a godsend.
Yeah, perfect waves for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like 5'8" on a good day, so I don't know about what y'all talking about.
Yeah, perfectly shitty always, but respect to the place. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, they're fun waves on a good day. It's just like, man, some years it's like you watch that Surfline cam and it's like, yellow, red. It's bad some years have been better than others.
Oh yeah, totally. But I do have to say, when Virginia Beach turns on, like I grew up on 74th Street, like the North End, when it turns on, it's some of the best shit ever.
Yeah, the North End is exactly where I used to surf all the time.
Yeah.
At least you guys had waves. I come from Galveston, Third Coast.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, we think we have waves. We're like, man, we get like a 3-footer and we're like, woohoo!
Anchor chasers.
Get the longboard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Ride the channel.
I'd paddle out with you, dude. It's all good.
Yeah, man.
I can only ride a longboard just because I never had momentum to catch a real wave.
No, man. It sounds like we need to have a little surf trip, man.
Next time we
catch each other out on the beach.
Well, dude, I'm straight. I'm not gonna say where, but I'm working on acquiring a property right now that I'm gonna set a studio up at, where I can just disappear and have close homies out to do, collab work and stuff, and just like get my surf in, like spend not dollars, spend like a currency that like you can get a little more bang for your buck, and just be within like close enough distance to an airport where I can still get to DNL in like 3 to 5 hours.
Please.
Yeah, man. So you talking about Puerto Vallarta?
He said a secret. Sure.
Not right.
He said we're not talking about it. We're talking about it. Come on, Mike. Come on, man.
Within proximity, for sure.
We're past that. that. So, hey, I'm actually working on a tie-dye surfboard collab.
It's like, I just wouldn't want to say I'm going to Puerto Vallarta. That's some gringo shit. But yeah,
is it really?
Yeah,
okay.
Totally.
I've never been, but we got some potential work down there. Carrie's got mosaic projects in the cards, so we're gonna be.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're going down to visit, fuck yeah, and there's so much awesome shit around there. It's just that, like, you'd never want to like, and I don't want to talk shit on anyone's home, but I personally would never want to like live there myself.
All right, no, it's good to know, man. Good to know, because I'm telling you, man, you get me on that beach long enough, I'm gonna be trying to find a place.
Yeah, yo, if you are flying into Puerto Vallarta, hit me up. I can tell you about some sweet shit to go see.
All right, dude. Well, yeah, We'll talk if that happens, man. I think it might be going down. It's like I don't know. I can't talk about some of it yet, but there's like an amazing special thing in January, and then maybe after that I'll be. Yeah, I know, right? Like, shut up, Mike. Shut up.
I can't tell you.
Hey, how many fruit beers have you had, Mike?
We're on the very first fruited beer. Actually, I was just drinking some standard beers before. Now we're on the strawberry.
All right, so wait. He's doing more glass work up here still.
This is not a glass.
Yeah, I feel so bad for the viewers. Like, sorry, guys.
I don't. I think they're really getting. They're like, oh.
Hi, we were talking about beer. Can you just cool it for a minute?
Yeah, Mike, shut up about beer.
Oh, did he start talking about beer again? I'm sorry.
No, we're good.
It's fruity. It's good. Mike likes it.
No. I think we've been fair about we've been fair about interrupting the dank conversation to address the glass when needed.
Oh, sorry. Cool.
I'm trying to keep a timer over here on my phone.
And then here's the other thing is that we're gonna basically premiere this. It's not like it's a mystery. We pre-recorded this, and so we'll be premiering it. And as I understand it, we're going to have the homie in the chat. So if you have technical questions, go ahead and throw them into the chat. And we'll be in there talking about this. So hopefully
I'm gonna be
everybody
like
by now
up in the
knows this,
studio. I'm gonna be up in the studio, so it's gonna be like between move. I'm gonna be like typing between moves type shit, but I'm gonna be up in there with you guys for sure.
Yeah, get that bag. And it's really awesome that you offered to join us.
I should say I am up in here. Which
there you go.
yeah. No doubt.
I'm thinking future here.
Exactly. It's hard to deal with these tenses. But,
I know, dude. It's 2021, dude. You got to be careful with your tenses.
Exactly. We're not getting canceled tonight.
I gotta go get more oxygen, dude. I really want to try to make one of these glass balloon dicks. This is cool.
I know. Oh, you set the gauntlet down now too. I think we're going to be seeing some.
Oh yeah, that's something we should call. We should call the contest "Cancel Me, Make Your Own Balloon Dick." Because I welcome it. I'm like, cancel me, dude. Like,
I like how you do contests. Sure. Is that the first contest you've done, or do you have a history of doing those with your followers?
So I did one a while ago where it was a selfie contest, and self-admittedly, half of it was that I wanted to see what kind of feedback I'd get, you know, but my winner ultimately was not one of the many titty pickies or like close to titty pickies that I got. It was this awesome collector of mine who has so much of like the biggest, most beautiful body ever, and he was willing to show the entire thing off beachside to us. So I was like, man, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Like, I am taking this and showing it to the world. And that was, I think he got, I forget what he got. It was like maybe a pendant or something. But yeah,
that's a fun approach to business. That keeps it fun.
You know,
I like it. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do a tie-dye contest with my own branded T-shirt, and the winner's gonna get a tapestry.
Yeah, as you know,
it's genius.
The shameless promotion sometimes. It's
people
fun.
like free shit.
Well, I ended up with a whole bunch of followers that I didn't even know, you know, so that was really neat. And I'm sure you got a lot of followers because I'm sitting there talking about it. So it's a cool networking exchange as well.
Yeah, well, on that line too, it's like I always find that like one or two people will pop up where they'll like do or say some just like funny ass shit, and then we end up connecting, and I'm like, you know, like I never try and be like jaded about like my communications with people, but like at a certain point, like it got to like it just being a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not that good with internet stuff, and I try and really be as personable with like everyone as possible. But you can't, you know, it's like
catch me in public and talk to me in person, and you're gonna get a completely different response than.
Well, I try
to be that authentic online because I got that same exchange.
I try for it to be like you're literally going to get the same experience because I want to take the time to address everyone. But there's just a certain point where it becomes toxic if you do that. You know what I'm saying? And like. It always like it literally breaks my heart sometimes when I go back and see that like someone like, you know, like misconstrued a message or thought they were being ignored for a certain reason, which is like, you know, that to me, like it's so much more important beyond like being like successful or like getting work done is for people to know that they're respected and they're acknowledged and they're like, you know, that they matter. You know what I'm saying? That's so much more. And so it's and like, you know, you have this really awesome balance of getting to connect with a ton of awesome people, but also those rare opportunities where sometimes like something falls under the bush and like, you know, someone feels like unacknowledged, and that's the shit that really bums me out. But like to the contrary of that, what I was saying before, like it's really cool how like you just like get to use these things as a way to meet just like random people you never would before and just exchange some sometimes really funny conversation. Which for me is the most important thing. I love humor.
Yeah.
That life. Yeah.
Mike sees shit from a different perspective, just from the odd interactions we've had, man. It's fucking great. Like you see the world from other eyes when you interact with a bunch of people, and having an object that you can say, hey, I did this, and then be able to have that interaction is fucking cool. It's really neat.
I agree. you know, the community that's grown around this show, it's sincerely been tremendous, and it's added so much positive interactions to my life, and everything we've been able to do here, it really has just been genuinely positive. And
Yeah, well,
every now and then, you know, you deal with some crazies, but you know,
the one dislike.
Yeah, you know,
dislike this video yet?
Yeah, YouTube has disabled that type of shit now, as I understand it, or they will soon. It's
well,
like
it sucks that people take shit so seriously, because like I always like to use that opportunity to just like talk like a little bit of shit, like not like in a threatening way, but more in just like, you know, like me and all my boys, and like even my brother and my dad, we all talk, you know, we talk shit to each other. Like it's like kind of, you know, like a fraternal tradition. And like I like using, like, if someone wants to talk shit, to like use an opportunity to just take it to like a funny level and see if you can ultimately like bro down with them, or like, you know, become friends, as opposed to like it escalating to a thing where these people just stew in like their hatred, or just get caught in a moment where like they went on the internet before having breakfast and we're just all like
Snickers, bro.
Exactly. You banging on breakfast? Like,
but those are like legitimately the best threads ever. Honestly, I love it when people take to the internet and they're just like, "Man, fuck this guy." Then you come back and you're like, "You didn't show this part of the message."
Yeah, no, they never show the whole thing. Every situation is like that. There's always two sides.
Morning tea.
I love it. From that. Yeah. It's a tough one, man. I'm better about it on the channel. You know, we have some people drop some funny comments, and I do my best to take it in stride. You know what I mean? No point in fucking tripping because somebody didn't like the dance off or whatever.
Yeah, because like if you ultimately went down the rabbit hole with them, you could probably sit there and be like, "Fuck, I want to have a beer with this guy now," and just really hash it out. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. That genuinely turns out to be the case a lot of the times.
Yeah.
I know, don't get me wrong, it bums me out some days that we lose some folks because, you know, they just don't want to follow the rules that are on paper in a group.
I'm going to make a sticker that says Torch Stock sucks dick, and then have a picture of him looking at this dick.
That'd be a good one.
And I'll sell more stickers, man. Just like how Elvis sold Elvis Sucks stickers.
Yeah, I gotta
have marketing.
Yeah, I had some really funny, like,
really lean into that.
I had some
Kye
really
be expecting
funny,
a cease and desist.
Guy's gonna be removed from the channel after this show. You have really dumb ideas, Kye. We don't really need you around anymore. Bye.
No, that's brilliant. Like playing the agent provocateur. Like I had some really awesome, like super like self-contradictory political statements that I wanted to put on bumper stickers that could be adapted by both sides of like the political fervor. And then like, because it's like one side would be like, yeah, and the other side would be like, yeah.
And
I'm like, dude, I can sell hella t-shirts with like Hillary Clinton on it and it says not my president. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some people who are going to be bummed about this, and then there's some people who are going to be like, yeah, about this shit.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah. I do revel in ones that both sides can take positively. It's like no fun ganging up on one side of that political bullshit.
Oh, and the dick stands up.
Yeah, I mean,
not a little bit.
Dude, it stood up. It's a little wobbly. It's okay, but
that's a rabbit hole. That's a rabbit hole. I'm sure
that's
no
a standing dick.
One thing I can say is like, upon like, you know, entering like the world, like, you know, novicely, obviously, but like doing the investing that I have and entering the world of finance, it's been like made egregiously clear that like the wrongdoing that everyone's like screaming about is like definitely not the thing that is like the biggest threat to like us, like the majority in our economy right now. Like if you look at like what's going on with like Wall Street and just like how completely like free these fuckers are to like just like reap at their like own disposal, like it's way worse than like, you know, a lot of the shit people are up in arms about. Like
it's amazing how involved in that shit you have to be to even comprehend a statement like that. Like you have to actually understand how stock market and all that shit works. And they really move and manipulate as whales.
And I'm no expert, you know, but
no, me neither. But to even comprehend that statement, there's not a lot of people who can do that. But there's a growing number of wooks now. It's going to be like Wook Street eventually soon, and we're going to have our own fund with like really cool communes and shit.
Oh yeah. All right. So at this point, you've been pushing the bowl.
He's blowing
Pop
glass.
the hole, and you took a few steps with it. I like that. Nobody needs to be in a big old rush to push the bowl.
Well, so I have a little theory about that actually. Like I like to any hole that I'm blowing that's like basically like boring through when you're boring through the glass from the inside out, which what I mean by that like in layman's terms is basically popping a hole,
Yeah.
Like when you're boring from the inside out. I really like to do that typically in 3 or 4 to 5 steps, where I'll just basically blow like a nice thin bubble, but it's like a controlled thin. It's not like a bubble trash thin. And then like sink it down and then pop it out again. Cause like what you're doing is like you're like establishing like this like kind of curve on the inner wall that like doesn't just happen in one blow. So like when you do that like 3 or 4 times and then you go to like ream your hole out, you've essentially established like a lot of the foundation for like basically you like will only have to put your reamer in there once like really gently, so you don't have to over tool your glass, which can be kind of a bummer. And it just sets things up really nicely. And when you do that to 2 things that you're connecting, or a carb or like a bowl hole, but like especially when you're doing it to 2 things you're connecting, it just makes like getting the 2 pieces to flow together like really really butter and really nice. And like I'm a big proponent of like keeping all these moves as simple as possible, so it's like the least you can do to the glass the better. And so like ultimately in the long run and like the big scheme of things, it minimizes steps and makes it so you don't have to overwork the glass. You know what I'm saying? Because like the less the glass is worked, the prettier it's gonna be. It's like one of those things that just like your mind's eye notices that like you're not conscious of unless you fucking obsessed over that for like long periods of time. Like the being high on acid, looking at yourself in the mirror, being like, "Why are you terrible? Why is your life a failure? Why did you devote yourself to this thing that you will never be good at?" You know what I'm saying? And then you come out of it and are like, it's okay, but like
everything's all right. It was just
it's the same sort of mind. It's the same sort of voice.
I'm gonna come find you in Vegas with my fanny pack, bro. Like we're gonna have words.
Yeah, no doubt.
I just got a really sick Dale Earnhardt fanny pack that I've been rocking.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm telling you, man, the fanny pack is underrepresented, man.
Not in Denver. It's like the new man bag. It's like worn across.
Oh, is it cool now?
Across the chest. Well, I mean,
or is it one of those like strap like?
It could go either way.
Oh, okay. It's just
really
the way people wear it nowadays.
Yeah. Okay. So I wanted this thing to kind of like naturally. I thought it'd be funny to make this thing a rocker. I wanted to make sure it wouldn't tip over, but I also wanted to make it a rocker because like when it's like you kind of press it a little bit, it'll like rock on the table and like wiggle around, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah, very cool, man.
Without falling.
Yeah. No one likes a tipper. Oh,
one thing I did like you fastened the bottom of it.
Yeah. Yes, and I leave it's like everyone's told me to polish this, but I leave them on there just so people can see that it's done.
Well, dude, like this guy's drunk. It's like I like this one because like I was looking at it on the mat the other day. I was like, man, this guy's got a weird lean to it, man. And I was like, okay, but it's flat. It doesn't rock.
Yeah, we like to. It adds to the character of them because like I used to make them all like super fucking straight and like looking straight dead on, and like I don't know. I just got to a point where I was like, I need.
I was gonna say, he's kind of got a curve to him.
Yeah. Which honestly, it takes a little bit of pressure off me when I'm building them, and it makes it a little more of like a freestyle thing. But it just gives them a little more character when they're like looking to the side just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cool. Yo, that's my logo.
Beautiful.
My boy.
Holla Blaze. HOLOI Blaze at KyeDyes.com. It's 20% off right now, guys.
Harry, is that a kitty?
Yeah, that's my Trixie kitty.
Wow, she's big.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Save everybody show Carrie get Trick Dog in the game.
Yeah, my puppy,
the cat Trixie disappeared.
Hey.
My lady.
She's sniffing a box over there. Yes. Yeah, there's a box that she's sniffing.
Yeah. Trixie's a cool cat. Yeah. Yeah, she's real dope. Speaking of cool cats, homie, thank you so much for joining us and helping narrate this awesome demo.
These are not. This is not Illuminati symbolatry, by the way, guys. I'm not.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, I'm part of the 99. Don't worry. Haven't sold my soul yet. When I get to the crossroad, I'll tell you guys.
Yet.
All right.
Word. Excellent.
Oh, I had a question that I wanted to ask him.
Totally.
Lay it on us
before we go. So I noticed there are some videos on your YouTube channel that aren't on your YouTube channel. How do we watch those?
Are you referring to the comedy?
We want the Frankfurter one, all that. Yeah, we know.
It's so I had this weird thing where my phone was posting to a different different YouTube than my computer, but basically any of the stuff that like me and my partner in that endeavor deem worthy enough of actually broadcasting, like putting out, we're putting to Instagram first. Ooh, excuse me. Man, you guys have me 3 beers.
Modelo!
3 beers deep. By the way, Modelo, sponsor me, please.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, why don't you spit a few bars about Modelo?
Yeah, why should you be sponsored?
I have to respectfully decline just because they're not gonna be tight.
I don't want to.
It's probably the better choice. Yeah.
But it's Modelo, you know. I wouldn't want to interrupt the flow of this great glass show. So.
No, man. This would only bless us with those bars.
What?
So if
we've moved beyond the glass now. If you wanted me to blow the hot ones questions
on some flow, it would just be a waste of everyone's time, you know.
All right, fair enough.
Well, I like how you got the dick reference in there, though.
But check this out, Playboy. All right, check this out. We sometimes play games after the show with our audience. Are you familiar with the Jackbox games?
I am not.
Okay, well, check it out. They're massively multiplayer. They're like trivia games and things like that where X amount of people can play, but then the audience can also participate by voting on people's responses and bullshit like that.
Oh, sick.
There is a game where you have rap battles. And if you join us for the chat tomorrow and have the opportunity to pull this up, basically you use your phone or something as the controller. And yeah, dude, I
told you we were gonna put you on the spot.
We're not putting you on the spot, though. I'm giving you 24 hours.
You get 24 hours to think about this.
You got 24 hours for the virtual rap battle that we're going to have.
Spit bars, please.
Yeah, see the challenge, like the challenge aspect of it, like being like you're up against someone and everyone's watching. That's like a little bit. That's like I think I could run an occasion.
All right.
If well, not,
no pressure, but yeah, dude. If you want to stick around after the show tomorrow, I think YouTube has this feature with the premiere thing where we can then direct the homies to another video, which will be the live thing with the games.
Okay.
And I run the whole thing. Oh, who's this? Who's the sweet ass boy in the background? By the way,
girl. That's my girl. That's here. That's Jen. Her name's Genevieve.
Yeah, she's been chilling in the background, looking all sweet and shit.
Yeah. Genevieve Lily Thunderpaws Martin is her full name.
Oh wow.
All right.
I was gonna ask what her stage name was.
She's 10 and a half years old, and she's actually a service dog, and she flies with me everywhere. So we're about to go to New Orleans next week.
Oh,
nice. Very good.
I'm in Baton Rouge.
Do what?
Yeah.
I'm in Baton Rouge.
We're gonna be in NOLA for like the weekend, but there's like a whole bunch of events and shit. If you want to come down, we're doing a boat party.
When is it? This weekend?
Yeah, the 19th is the boat party.
It's my birthday when this is airing, like tonight, Tuesday night.
Well, if you want to come rage, buddy.
Yeah.
Happy early birthday. And
hey,
totally.
I'll hit you on the low. I'll see what's up. If I can tag along, I might bring shit for everybody.
Yeah,
it sounds like everybody has been invited to this magical boat party.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to get tickets if you're not Kye. But I'm gonna be shouting it out on my Instagram. My brother is an amazing producer. He goes by Killsmith. He's doing a Chillsmith set out on this boat. We're going out on NOLA. So yeah.
Are you going out on the lake or out in the ocean?
I honestly have no.
Cool.
I don't know, but it's gonna be fucking tight. That's like one thing I can guarantee for sure.
Yeah, I'll bring this so I can get a tie signed or some, wook shit.
Pum rage. I would be so stoked.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for joining us and tolerating us, bro.
Dude,
it's been fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna leave you with one piece of advice my friend from New Orleans taught me.
Cool. Oh.
She was like, Mike, you don't ever call it that. She was like, it's Nolans.
Yeah. Ooh, that
don't go down there talking that New Orleans.
What about that?
No, I just want to look like a tourist out there. I don't want to look like I know shit. I go out there and just blend in. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Say New Orleans. I feel like that'll work. Yo,
just get punched in the mouth.
Before we get
hey, so where we go, bro? Where's your gumbo?
Yeah, my gumbo right here, bro. Heating up in the pot. Can I do a quick plug real quick?
Yes, please.
Blair,
so,
by all means.
I want to plug Uncle Al's in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
The best hot dog you will ever have in your motherfucking life. There's a reason it's famous, right. Uncle Al's.
Hell yeah, no doubt. Yo, and there's no joke about that. There is a very specific tradition and history in Norfolk and the whole Hampton Roads area with these hot dogs. These hot dog places that there ain't playing, they got the Norfolk dog is like no longer a thing. They stopped making it, but I assume this place out there still has whatever they get, and maybe man got that snap.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Right?
It's the motherfucking snap.
It's that snap, baby. I'm telling you, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
Uncle
respect
Al's.
this. Yeah, if you're ever out in Hampton Roads, don't be afraid to stop by one of these specialized hot dog places. And
I've literally been eating this shit since like prenatally. Like my mom was eating this shit.
I'd like to plug Taco Bell because that's what I eat as much as I can.
But no joke. A lot of these places, they look like you're stepping back into the 60s or 50s or something. Like the interior.
Oh, they got like a soda fountain with the phosphorus.
This is more like early 80s. It's like Daryl Strawberry in his heyday type shit.
All right. Hold on. I'm gonna find the one I want to shout out.
Plug something, Mike.
I know. I'm about to. Hold on.
He's like, I gotta look through my plug refs.
I'm going to shout out, while he's looking for that, I'm going to shout out the Indian food spot down the road at the Valero. I have a gas station Indian food joint out here in Lincoln.
Where are you guys?
I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh, tight.
I'm in Colorado Springs now, but I used to live in Norfolk, so I'm totally way up to speed on that area.
I remember.
Yeah, man. Man, it might be Tony's Hot Dogs. I don't know. I forget the name of the place. I'm not going to go crazy with it. But, yeah, there's a lot of these, like, old-school hot dog places in Hampton Roads that are fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah. Well, Al's, I mean, Al's is the only one as far as I'm concerned. I have this tattooed on my calf.
What?
No,
shit. All right.
I love the dick demo followed by hot dog
talk. Yeah.
We got now it's dog talk. It's no longer torch talk. It's dog talk.
It's dog.
Hell yeah.
Hell, the dog disappeared.
I am a dog man through and through.
Hey, that's cool.
Right. All right, guys. Well, I do believe that is as good a place as any to wrap this up. Like I said, I think we're going to set up a stream where you guys in the audience can hop to next. We'll play games together and shit. There might be some prizes for that too. Who knows? Anyways, Blitzkriega, thank you so much for joining us and talking over this demo, man. That was a fucking blast.
Thanks for having me, man. I salute all you guys, everyone listening. Thanks for listening to our bullshit.
Of course. No. I think everybody's gonna be having a good time.
Hell yeah.
Kye, thank you, dog. You are a supporter and a friend, and you definitely added to this conversation. I appreciate you, man. And Carrie, my co-host, my baby.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for being here with us and help always keep the party going. last week, how about that demo, yo? Fucking, I don't know if you guys saw this, but fucking Carrie filmed all by herself a whole demo with Mark Cornblow doing
And
soft glass
edited.
on the and edited. Yeah, don't sleep on the editing. That's like 90% of the work.
That's the most
and then hosted it.
hair pulling.
And hosted it. Yeah, yep. It is. It
was long. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to shout you out for that. That was spectacular. Thank you for blessing us with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out right now.
Thank you for being here with us. And yeah, thank you again, Doug. That was a sick demo. A real honor to have you here with us. All right, everybody. Fucking, we gonna say goodnight. Much love. Let's go play some games together. Peace.